How you doing? It's Steve Karen with Remax Preferred in Knoxville, Tennessee, and this is the Knoxville Condo News Podcast. Today I want to talk to you about new condo cautions. What I would say to you is things you should be looking for if you're considering buying a brand new condo in a new development. Um, One of the big things is you need to look at is how far along are they? Um, if they're doing 20 units and you're buying the first or second unit in it, you want to have some cautions as to uh, are they going to finish? Those are some of the biggest issues that you have. Is, of course, is the developer going to finish the project? So what are some of the issues involved in that? Well, when you're looking at numbers, you want to make sure that you have uh, a good handle on how many units are being built out at the time. In other words, if when you go into the complex, there's 20 units, are there 10 on the ground, and it looks like 10 more are going to be built, then you probably have a pretty good idea that they're going to be built. But you want to ask your realtor or the person that you're talking to, there's a salesperson there, who the developer is, what have they done before, what's their completion rate of the other units, because you want to get a confidence that the complex is going to be finished. Um, because if it doesn't get finished, then there's all kinds of ramifications with you already having been bought in with some other folks too as well, and you are basically picking up the pieces. So you want to make sure that before you invest, that you have a really good handle as to if the project is ultimately going to be completed, because anything that they're telling you from the development side, and that will get done, and if it gets done, great, but what if it doesn't? So there's always a certain amount of safety in buying something existing, but many times a new condo is just what you're looking for. I mean, the floor plan works, everything is great, and so there are many benefits to buying, of course, new, but there are just some cautions. So what are some of the other cautions? Fees. If the units don't get finished, the fees are based on, let's say in our example, 20 units. So if the fees are based on 20 units and only 10 are paying, then you can see what the issue will be. The fees will go up. You guys will have way more maintenance on your hands as far as buildings go. You may get stuck with some half-built buildings too as well. There are other common elements that we're supposed to get done. Down here in Knoxville, we have pools, clubhouses, different things like that. And so, did those units get done? Those are figured in, maintenance fees are figured into those common elements too as well. And so you want to consider those. So just overall, downside of non-completion is really fees going up. That's one of the big things. But also, ultimately, sales prices will go down. And so you're going to have to be there for a while, because if you bought in and then the developer didn't finish, inevitably somebody else will come in and they will either do something different or they'll complete the units. But on the in-between, prices will certainly go down. And you are in for a possible long recovery. Now, of course, if you have no plans to move and you like where it is and it works, the floor plan works for you and the house is great, then none of this matters, because it'll probably all work itself out, over time. Most of the time, it always does. But the issue would be is if you're in a unit that you want to buy and you only plan to be there 3 or 5 years and things happen, and then your plans may end up getting stalled. So these are some of the things you would want to take a look at if you're looking at a brand new unit. And again, in a great market like we're in, usually no problem, because the demand is really strong. But if things go crazy in 2021 or something like that, and there's an economic turn, or I don't know, who knows what it could be. But anyways, then you might want to take a look at what's going on with the overall complex and see how you feel about it before you sign on the dotted line. Hey, this is Steve Karen with the Knoxville Condo News Podcast. Hope you're well, and see you next time.